All right, good morning, everybody. We're gonna. I'm not doing well this morning, but we're going to talk a little bit about sort of the forgotten consideration when it comes to fishing. So, stay tuned.
The fishing police won't help you when the fish steal your bait. Go to Terreboat Fishing on YouTube and Michael will help you change your bait.
Yeah, some days you have good days, some days you got bad, but that's my bad days really aren't that bad. They just look weird. So, this, and I've talked to you many times before about hook consideration when it comes. We spend a lot of money on baits. You know, I will make, you know, $40 bait. I will spend that much money on a bait. But a lot of times, a lot of people will get so enamored by the beauty of the bait, sort of like buying a car. And you forget about all this other stuff that makes it reliable. And hooks are one of those things. And my favorite brand of hook is a Gamakatsu. These are Gamakatsus. And Gamakatsus is, we use a term in fishing called stickiness. It's a really technical term, stickiness. And it means that it can stick and then stick to a fish. And you will find that Gamakatsu is probably the finest when it comes to stickiness. They stay sharp, although I have I have where is it? Yeah, I'm not doing too good today, and it's a little sharpener on my. It's somewhere around here. Yay. Okay, not so much. I'm not the most organized person, but you just break sort of a little small file and take off the burrs on it and sharpen up the hook every once in a while, because a lot of people, they see the price of a hook and they say, well, I could get cheaper. A hook's a hook. Well, no, that's not true. A hook is not a hook. All right. Even on my very nice baits, these hooks right here are Gamakatsus. These are 1/0 hooks. These trebles, and they run about $5 or so each. And you're thinking, Mike, why did you spend so much money on a hook? I go, because the hook is what does the job of the bait. Or the goal. It reaches the goal of the bait. I mean, the bait attracts a fish, but the hook catches the fish. So here's your attractant. This is your catcher, right here. That's your catcher. And a lot of people, they don't understand stickiness. How important a hook is. I've said this over the years, over and over again. You buy a beautiful bait, and you always put your finger on the hook and make sure it can, easily hook the first layers of your skin. And that's kind of how I test a hook. I know it's not scientific, but it shows the stickiness of a hook. And if it doesn't, you got to put pressure on it or something, you got to replace the hook. And so there are so many brands of hooks out there. There really is. And they all say the same thing. They really do. It's funny, but Gamakatsu, they don't really, they're kind of the humble hook company. And the the hook company itself doesn't have like all these super duper, you know, wordings to describe their hooks, but they do make a very, very good hook. On the back of their packages, they give you, some details. Now, this is a drop shot hook. It's got basically the hook is in the middle of a barrel swivel, and it's got a little hanger underneath it, so we could just drop, put a piece of line in and just immediately just pull it down, and it holds onto the line. That's where the weight is. And drop shotting is one of the most reliable ways of catching fish. And a drop shot is basically a hook above the, holding your attractant above the bottom of a lake. And that works really, really well. Now, this one has a weed guard. I think I've told you I don't really believe too much in weed guards, but yeah. I got it because it's a good hook. I didn't get it because of the weed guard. And then, of course, weighted hooks. I love weighted hooks on my swim baits. So I do apologize for not being able to speak well this morning, but I got these yesterday, and I just saw the package today, and I get very excited about little things. It's just little things that really make life worth it, doesn't it? And it's funny, but a hook, yeah, that's kind of, it's a little thing, but it's something that we usually forget about, don't we? We'll buy a nice bait. There are companies like, and I've said this about Sixth Sense fishing baits. They use really good hooks, and I would, I never had to replace a hook for a better hook on a Sixth Sense, just because I like Gamakatsu better than theirs. But I never did it because theirs is very good. But just about every other company I've bought baits from, I have to replace hooks. And so I have boxes of Gamakatsu hooks. And I needed, because I made these the fuzzy dice and stuff like that. I wanted, I didn't have these two, so it's just a little purchase. But these two I bought, and one's a number 2, and then there's a 1/0. There's a 1/0. And you kind of, because of the size of the square, you need a little bit larger hook on it. But that is a fine hook for any drop shot. It really is a fine hook for it. Don't go too small, or you'll be catching crappie all day long. Which, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with catching crappie. It's just not the target fish for me. So I want to sort of give you that little pointer. And we're going to look at my longer commercial because I gave you the jingle at the very beginning. And, I like them. So anyway, you guys take care. And hopefully enjoy your Labor Day weekend. And hopefully you're getting out there fishing. I posted a video on clearances for kayaks and paddle boards and rafts. Everybody's got clearances right now. If you need a watercraft, or you want to get a watercraft for a buddy or your wife, kids, this is a great weekend to get watercrafts. I mean, it's just for $100 or $200, you can get yourself, a watercraft. Just make sure that they have a life vest and whistle, and their local laws are being observed. Like in Oregon, we have waterways permits that we have to have. So make sure you get all that. So you guys take care, and let's end it with my I think what is it called? Fish On. That's the name of the song.
Fish on is the call from the wild we love to hear. Go to Terrible at Fishing on YouTube, and Michael will give you a reason to make that call. On a boat, on the bank, on a dock, or a pier, fish on will make your fears disappear.